Welcome back, everybody. We have a very special cooking segment today. This is Brian Terry. He's the assistant Kids Cafe chef from the Utah Food Bank. And this, of course, is Jeanette Bott, who is such a great representation of the Utah Food Bank. We so appreciate you both coming. But first of all, before we get to cooking our awesome casserole here, will you tell us what the Kids Cafe program is, please?
Kids Cafe is a program that we provide meals. It's a dinner meal, and it goes to an after-school program where children are involved in an educational program.
Fantastic.
So we do about 1,800 meals a day at the Utah Food Bank, and those are boxed and delivered and served by volunteers to children every evening.
So you're making all those meals every single day?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you and a team. I'm not hoping it's not all you by yourself.
No, it's me and three other, there's a managing chef, me, and then two other assistants.
Is that such a cool feeling knowing that you are feeding these kids who might not have a meal if it wasn't for you?
It's my honor.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so what are we making today?
Today we're making chicken and rice casserole.
Okay.
It is probably the best meal that the kids like.
Okay.
Especially on the cold winter days. It's kind of hearty. It fills you up. It's really good.
And it's pretty cost effective as well.
It's about for a family of four. It's about $2 per member of the family.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, what are we gonna do? You've got a nice little setup here, so kind of walk us through it.
Well, first of all, if you're at home, you would first cook the chicken.
Okay. And what's your suggestion for the best way to do that?
If you wanted to, do it fast, you would probably boil it. Okay. But if you wanted to get nice flavor, you would probably sear it on both sides and then cook it the rest of the way in the oven. And then once that's cooking, you would get another pan and you would saute your celery and onions until the onions are translucent, so you can see through them. And then once that's done, and then you would put the onions and celery into a separate bowl, and then you would get your flour. It's equal parts flour, equal parts oil, and you would make a roux. Okay, and we're going to put all the numbers and everything on our website. You see them on your screen, but we'll have that on the website as well if you don't get all that. So then where do we go from that point? Then once you get your roux, you get that cooking, and you want it to get to, until it's nice and hot, till boiling. Okay. Yeah, but you don't want to burn it. You want to keep it to a nice blonde. So it's just that point of perfection. Right. Fantastic. And then once your chicken's done, you drain it, and then you put your water and your milk together and your seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic, and then your chicken base, and then you would mix that all together, and then once your liquid is to a boil, you would add your roux to your mixture, and then you would stir that in until you get the right thickness. Okay. And then once your mixture is done, then you would add your broccoli and your chicken to it, and then you would stir that in, and then once that is simmering on the stove, you would get your rice together, and then you would cook that. Okay, so all of these ingredients are right here in front of us. So that's all the stuff that we would use. Now, you've got something in the oven, don't you? Yes, ma'am. So is that the finished product? Yes, ma'am. Would you go grab that for me? I would. Because you can't talk about food if you're not going to let me try some. Okay, so Jeanette, tell us more about this Kids Cafe. You're serving 202,000 kids last year through this effort. We did prepare that number of meals, and it's interesting because there's so many Title I schools. These kids have the opportunity to participate in these after-school programs, and a lot of these kids would normally probably go home to a home where a parent is working. Perhaps there wouldn't be a hot meal, so this gives them dinner. And it's the hot meal. But the important part is because you have the backpack program where you drop off food that people can use. But this is the hot meal, and it's nice because it's a variety. If things get hot, the kids are always asking for the corn dog or the pizzas, or this is a favorite, the casserole. So the thing that's great for this is that we're able to really have a variety, and we always seem to find something that kids really enjoy, which is so important. Now, how can people help the Kids Cafe program? The Kids Cafe is one of our fundraising projects that we're always looking for help on. We do have the opportunity to follow stringent menus, so we know what our costs are. But then transportation is a huge piece of this program. So we're always looking for help through donations that will allow us to provide the truck, the gas, the driver, the things that we need to have to really get the meal in a timely fashion to those children in need. What I love to hear is when you say you can turn $1 into $8. That's what I think is so impressive. And it's so important because we have so many folks who donate in kind. They give us, the discounts. We're able to buy at a price much better than you could buy in a grocery store. So as we combine all of those things together, we are able to really stretch that dollar. And to do that, then we can feed more kids. I love that. Okay, here we go. So it's all ready to go. We got to kind of lift this up so they can see. Oh, very, very, very nice. Finished product. Yes, ma'am. So how long was it in the oven for? Roughly about an hour. Okay. At about 250. Is it one of these things I could make ahead and then cook when I'm ready? Yes, you can. Fantastic. That's the glory of the casserole, right? Yes.
Okay, Brian Terry, we sure appreciate you coming. All the information will be on our recipe hotline. You see that information right there on your screen. We appreciate you. Jeanette, we appreciate you and all the stuff you're doing at the Utah Food Bank. Glenn, what's coming up? Oh, actually, we'll see you right after the break.